Earlier this year, my wife and I had an early miscarriage. It was our first pregnancy. We were extremely excited when we got that positive test result, and we were very quick to tell all of our friends and family. We had no negative signs ahead of our 12-week scan, but during that scan it became quickly apparent that something wasn't right. We were asked whether or not it was possible that it could be 9 weeks, and then a second staff member came in, and shortly after we were told that there was no heartbeat. We were moved to another room where we asked all the questions I'm sure that many asked in this situation about, was there anything that we could do, is there anything that we could do differently next time? And we were reassured that actually this was extremely common, that there was nothing that we could have done, and it happens to around 1 in 4 or 5 people. On our journey home, we felt a bit silly for not knowing that fact, for not being prepared for how common that type of miscarriage was. We wondered why we didn't get told in our earlier antenatal appointments that this was a possibility, and we wondered as well about why we hadn't heard that so much from friends and family or seen it in conversations on the TV. And after that, we pledged that we would talk about it more. After that moment, we were faced with some morbid choices. There was the natural miscarriage, there was the opportunity to take some pills, or there could be some sort of surgical procedure, and we were given a leaflet to think about it, and off we went. We didn't actually have the opportunity to make that choice, because shortly after we found out, the miscarriage started to happen naturally, and I can only say that I wasn't prepared for the level of brutality that would entail. We were told that maybe it might be like period pains, but it was much more severe than that for my wife, and the volume of blood was unsettling. I couldn't believe it was normal while it was happening, and we started Googling around online for advice, and we were lucky to find blogs by Tommy's and other organisations that people have said today that provided us with some reassurance. But we still ended up going to A&E because we were concerned about the blood loss. They did give us reassurance, and we managed to go home with some medication and get through that event. The follow-up from that traumatic incident in our lives was simply a phone call. We had to report in that there was a negative pregnancy test a few weeks later, and that was the end of the support.